Yeah, I really haven't planned out a video for this milling. I know a lot of you guys would like to see what I'm doing with these redwood logs. I've got them stockpiled up here at my house, taking up all my parking spaces. But isn't that beautiful? That wood is so pretty. So I got all these logs to do over here. This was the biggest of the bunch. The tree was about 80 years old, so it's not really a significant old redwood for its size. But it was slower than what you normally find in an urban redwood. And I believe it was from an old estate that didn't irrigate it. I think there was like an old ranch or an old farm, and it grew without additional irrigation, because in an irrigated environment, you'll often find that the growth rings will be as much as an inch apart. And most of these growth rings are about a half an inch apart until the very end, and then they get quite a bit smaller, which is normal. I counted 80 rings. I'm turning this whole thing into construction lumber. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say, oh no, make tabletops, make slabs, make this, make that. Well, I need construction lumber. I've got some projects that I want. And honestly, slabs are great, but you got to have a facility to store them indoors. You've got to be able to process them. You got to be able to work with them. And right now that's not in the cards for me, but I do need a lot of construction lumber. Got a lot of projects that I'm trying to get done. So, back to work. Well, I spent the day milling. I think I got about 5 hours into this log. It took me quite a bit longer than I expected, but I'm happy with the results. I worked on the biggest of the redwood logs, and it started raining, so I decided to call it quits. Matter of fact, I'm out in the rain right now. I wanted to show you this piece of wood before it gets dark. That's what we got left. Almost looks like it's got a finish on there with that water. It's beautiful. So I got that log left and all those logs over there. And I made this pile of 2x4s. I need some construction lumber. It was kind of interesting. I got started on this piece of wood, this log, and I didn't realize just how pretty it was. It was almost entirely clear. I'd say 75% of the wood in here was as clear and straight grained as you could imagine. So maybe 2x4s wasn't the best choice. I don't know. But I needed 2x4s, and I have... Logs are not a problem. I get logs. Well, I'd like to take a couple moments here to thank a couple of my friends. My good friend Tim volunteered to come over and pull the lumber off for me today. He spent almost the whole day working with me on the pile, and it was a tremendous help. Thank you, Tim. And another friend, Eric, he showed up in the afternoon, and he took over and also helped pull a lot of the lumber. When you're milling lumber by yourself, it takes you twice as long if you've got to stop the sawmill, pick up the board, go over and stack it, and then come back and start the sawmill up. But if you have somebody working with you, it goes 3 times as fast, because you get your momentum up and you don't have to stop. So anyway, many thanks. I hope you enjoy that, and please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a like or two and maybe a comment. Thanks.